Lotus Squad, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to the squad. Now, I want to address something before we get into the topic at hand, you guys. First of all, thank you so much to all of you that have reached out to me just, to check on me and see why I haven't been posting. I just want to let you guys know that there's been a lot going on just within my own personal life, different triggers and traumas that I need to work through currently. And I just want to let you guys know that I will be back when I feel as though I am in the right mindset, because there's, especially when it comes to this topic, there seems to be a lot more narcissistic people that we may be coming across, and especially in, my own personal life as well. Some of you guys may be able to relate to this. And I feel like it's becoming more and more of an issue, because a lot of us may not understand why we're a narcissist magnet, why we're even attracting these people with every new face that we come across, right? And so initially, that's what my main reason was for taking a break on this channel, was to get myself right? You can't help anyone else until you help yourself, right? So I wanted to take time to do that. But then there was something that I started noticing on this platform alone, right? And this coincides with being a narc magnet, right? Because you don't have to physically come into contact with a narcissist to attract them, right? You can find them on dating sites, social media, especially on this platform, right? And something that I've been noticing more so, which is definitely a factor behind why I've been taking my time coming back on here, is because I've noticed a lot more people, a lot more content creators are partaking in tearing each other down for either views, for I don't know. I can't even figure out the reason behind wanting to do that. But I'm noticing a lot more content creators are getting involved in that. I'm noticing that, especially in my case, I'm not going to name any names, but there have been many different content creators that I know have been covertly trying to subliminally talk shit. Let me just put it that way, especially when it comes to me and my channel and the way that I do things here, the way that I speak, the terms that I use, all of these different things, right? Now, I know I'm not the only one that's dealt with this, okay? And there are other creators much bigger than me that, and some of them that are much smaller than me, that have gone through being attacked by channels that aren't even in the same ballpark, right? And so the reason why I'm touching on this, right, is that I really had to sit down and ask myself, why do I continue to gravitate to these types of people, just to find out that they're not at all what they portray themselves to be in their videos, and such as life. I mean, in general as well. That goes for, supposed friends. That goes for people in the family, and the list goes on, right? Now, my point behind this whole platform and noticing content creators tearing each other down is everybody's wanting to jump on the narcissist bandwagon. All right. Now, granted, I talk about narcissism, being an empath and things like that on my channel as well. But I'm noticing that the people that have been trying to use the term narcissist against other content creators are doing it for malicious and manipulative reasons. Okay. And we all know when a narcissist is going that route, that is the beginning stages of what? A smear campaign, right? So that was my first clue. And I'm not going to lie, some of the things that I saw and heard, obviously it was only for me to notice. And so noticing that, it really got me thinking, what the hell's going on? And there have been a few instances where, I've taken the time to go out and meet new people, just to find out that it is the same situation with different faces. So I wanted to share with you guys how to stop being a narc magnet and how to take your power back, right? Now, just with this first example I gave you guys alone about social media, I'm sure the majority of us has dealt with that in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? There's a lot of drama on Facebook, Instagram. I mean, it everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's going to be somebody that's going to have to start some shit, right? But with that in mind, at some point, we've all dealt with somebody that's trolling us, spewing negativity in our comments, or trying to tear us down, or attacking our looks, attacking the way that we speak, attacking the things that we like, things like that. And so a lot of us don't realize that, especially for those of us that are empaths, all right? A lot of us don't realize that there are still some unresolved things within our own character, within our own self-esteem or lack thereof, that needs to be looked at. And basically, this boils down to one of a few things. A lot of us may be entertaining people, places, or things, and saying yes to toxic people, places, and things when we really want to say no, and when we really need to be focusing on the self right now, especially with all the stress that's going on and the chaos that's going on in the world today. I mean, that's enough by itself, right? Now we have the holidays. A lot of us are struggling at this time, Some of us may be dealing with loneliness because of that. A lot of us have discovered that some of the people we may have called friends, or that may have called themselves your friends, turned out to be narcissistic, or a narcissist, just to put it quite simply. And so a lot of us may be entertaining and saying yes to people, places, and things that we know we don't need to have in our lives. We don't even need to be distracting ourselves with this, right? But for some reason we do. Some reason we're attracted to these people, or they're attracted to us. They seem great in the beginning, right? They have all the right things to say, but a lot of us ignore red flags. A lot of us are, and I'm just going to say this bluntly, a lot of us have fallen into the trap of people pleasing. And it may be more subconscious than anything else. This form of people pleasing, saying yes when you want to say no, ignoring the red flags, staying silent in the face of disrespect, in the face of your boundaries being pushed. A lot of us may give too many chances to people that just quite simply don't deserve them. A lot of us are giving more of ourselves than we're receiving, right? And that's not to say that we're giving expecting something in return. No. What I'm referring to is every relationship requires reciprocity for it to be healthy and balanced. And so we all know this, right? But some of us are ignoring not only the red flags, but we're ignoring our inner voice. We're giving way too much of ourselves to people that are giving nothing. We are settling. This is the messages that I keep getting, especially. We are settling, or have been settling, for low-hanging fruit, right? And this can be in any form, right? Job, living situation, you name it, right? We've been settling for low-hanging fruit because that's what we're used to, especially those of us that have come out of narcissistic abuse. We've been conditioned. For some of us, it's all the way back in childhood. For some of us, it's just, due to a past romantic relationship. Whatever the case may be, you guys, the conditioning is very real. And a lot of us are operating in autopilot to our own detriment. A lot of us are allowing ourselves to be distracted by people that do nothing but suck us dry. They drain us. We end up feeling frustrated or irritable or angry or sad or whatever negative emotion, fearful, insecure, whenever we're around certain people, maybe even people we've known for years. Maybe we keep letting these people in and out of our lives, hoping that they'll change. But here's the thing. The reason why you've become a narcissist magnet is because of those very reasons. You say yes to everyone else before you say yes to yourself. And you don't say no to those that you know you need to say no to. You are putting yourself last and putting these people that have done nothing but drain, use, and abuse you and lie and cheat and steal. You've put these people's needs before your own. And a lot of us have learned that back in childhood. And you know what? I can attest to that myself just from my own experience. That may be different for everyone with how you cope with that, right? But for the majority of us, especially to those of us that have dealt with narcissistic parents, family members, we were conditioned to take care of them while we were neglected, and the roles were basically reversed. That's one part of it, you guys. But the main issue is our choices, our priorities, our focus. A lot of us have been just exhausted. It's like you sleep for I don't know how many hours, and it's like you can't get enough sleep. You're fatigued. You're lacking motivation. You're feeling foggy. For some of you, you may be starting to feel a bit hopeless. But hope is not lost, you guys. See, it's quite simple. The fact that you give more to these people, these toxic people, than you do to yourself, that's the core of what makes you a narcissist magnet. And then we have all of these other outerlying factors, such as people pleasing. A lot of us may silence ourselves or hold back how we truly feel, how we truly think. We don't share, our opinions or, beliefs or whatever the case may be for fear of either not being liked or for fear of not being understood or whatever the case may be. But that's a grave mistake, because what we don't realize, especially to the empaths out there, what we don't realize is that we are inadvertently teaching others to put us last, because we have time and time again put ourselves last. We've given everything of ourselves to these people for what? And some of us may say, okay, I've known this person for X amount of years. I love this person. I'm loyal, right? Some of us are loyal to a fault. That's another underlying factor that adds fuel to the core of the matter here. It's time to go inward and to really evaluate not just your relationships, but your mindset, your perception of yourself, your sense of worthiness, or even lack thereof for some of you. See, when we teach people to put us last, it's not a justification for the abusive behavior, right? From these toxic people, but we have to take our part in things. And a lot of us know that we are watering ourselves down, holding ourselves back, hiding our full selves to accommodate people that don't even care about how you feel, your needs. They don't even ask you how you're doing. Have you guys ever sat and asked yourself and just looked at the people that you have in your life lately? And have you ever wondered, damn, why doesn't this person ever ask me how I'm doing? Why am I always the one initiating conversation? Why am I always the one that is interested or concerned or, invested, engaged in this other person, even though you're not receiving the same in kind? See, a lot of us need to evaluate our sense of worthiness or lack thereof. A lot of us feel like either we deserve the way that we're being treated, or some of us are selling ourselves short because of the things that we've been told over the years from toxic people. Now that's been internalized. Now that's become your worldview, your paradigm. Now that's another added factor of why you're a narcissist magnet. Some of you guys may have started to believe the gaslighting, the projections, the blame shifting, the smear campaigns. Ask yourself, what is within your belief system that you can work through and change, transform your self-view, your worldview. See, a lot of us are basing our worthiness or our worth on external things. Money, how many friends you have, how many likes you have, and blah, blah, blah. The list goes on, right? But these external things have nothing to do with your worth. The things that people have said over the years to you, these things don't define you. But you may have heard it so much and internalized it that you believe it. A lot of this is subconscious. And that's definitely something that's adding fuel to that fire there, right? Let's take it to a different level, right? Because there are many different factors within ourselves, empaths, codependents, and even to those of you that aren't empaths. Conditioning, lack of self-worth, distorted self-perception, saying yes when you know you need to say no, ignoring red flags out of loneliness or out of love or whatever, putting yourself and your needs last. And allowing yourself to continue to be treated like a doormat. You're giving your money, your time, your energy, everything. And a lot of us have dealt with, especially if you're dealing with something similar, such as myself, with people being extremely ungrateful, that could take a toll and make you feel as though you're not enough. Or maybe that's how you're perceiving that, right? Maybe you guys are viewing the fact that you're giving so much to these people and getting nothing back. There's no gratitude. They don't appreciate it. But you forgot about you. What you're seeking from these toxic people, places, and things is what you need to be giving to yourself. And the only way that you can successfully take your power back is not only by educating yourself and not only by identifying your role in your interactions with narcissistic people or full-blown narcissist or cluster B personality disorder people, okay? But it also requires you to be honest with yourself about your own neglect. And what I mean by that is you have to admit to yourself that you yourself have been ignoring what you've been dying to do. Some of you guys have dreams that you've been sitting on for I don't know how long. And people may have been, you may have been surrounded by naysayers, maybe family and friends, people that you really, valued what they had to say. Some of you guys are not even allowing yourself to do what it is that you love to do out of fear or, due to discouragement, listening to people that don't have your best interest at heart. Some of you guys are not focused and consistent on self-care. Some of you guys are trying to save these toxic people. And that's a big one, right? Especially empaths out there. Look, I'm tripping over my words, y'all. Empaths, especially, okay? And I can definitely, I'm guilty of this, right? Empaths, especially, we have a tendency to want to save people, right? Or at least help people at the very least. But see, that still kind of ties into this whole thing, you guys. It's all relative. All this effort and advice and fighting and all this that you're putting forth for people that aren't even receptive to it. But you're ignoring yourself. You're not giving that same effort to yourself. Ask yourself, why do you think you should have to put up with that? For those that are still dealing with it and giving chance after chance, ask yourself, why am I settling for crumbs when you deserve a feast? You deserve so much more. Ask yourself, why am I giving more to others than myself? Why am I ignoring my needs, my desires, my wants, my dreams, my feelings, my voice, my opinions, my thoughts? Why am I allowing other people to censor me and silence me? Why am I allowing other people to determine my worth? Why am I allowing toxicity to plague my life without a second thought? You've got to ask yourself these things, you guys. And the answers may not come right away, you guys. But in asking these questions, in admitting to yourself some of the things that you're doing that has contributed to some of these dynamics of being a narc magnet. Now, we already discussed identifying the whys and the whats of being a narc magnet. But essentially, when it comes to taking your power back, you guys, it's all about focusing on putting yourself first. And a lot of you guys don't know how to do that. Me included, right? Focus more on building self-confidence again. Because toxic people, in general, they work overtime to destroy this. Your self-confidence. They instill doubt, insecurity. You have to rebuild yourself. Stop saying yes when you want to say no. Stop letting people walk all over you. Stop settling for crumbs. You deserve so much more. And when it comes to just everyday interactions with these types of personalities as well, although confrontation with a narcissist is obviously ill-advised, right? There still needs to be a sense of standing up for what you believe in, standing up for yourself, standing up for what's right, realizing that regardless of whether people like it or not, when you set boundaries, you have to accept the fact that it's necessary. You deserve to be put first, not in an unhealthy, egoistic way, obviously, but in a way to where self-care is done, your needs are met, you are purging any unnecessary relationships and mindsets and so on and so forth that have done nothing but drag you back down. That's how you take your power back. Taking your power back is using your voice. Taking your power back would be to get the authorities involved. Go to court for some of you. Speak up about what you really want. And don't let these people make you feel crazy because either they'll use the term too sensitive. Oh God, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that shit. Huh. They say that like that's a bad thing, right? If anything, more people could definitely benefit from that. In a sense, it's like nobody wants to confront. They don't want to confront the elephant in the room. They don't want to confront themselves. They don't want to see the truth. But the fact of the matter is, you guys, they're going to call you crazy. They're going to try to turn it around on you. Okay, a lot of us know the playbook by now, right? But the only way that you can overcome is to not play. And to stand up for you. A lot of us are lonely in a sea of people. A lot of us are lonely in general. But at the same time, we're not alone. Especially when it comes to communities like this. Some of us, there are empath and ascension groups on Facebook and, different communities that are there. It can give you the support you need. It can show you that you're not alone. But you got to admit to yourself that the narcissist never took your power. You've given it to them. And that's not to sound negative or anything like that. That's actually empowering once you realize that. They never took your power because at the end of the day, the only way they can have your power is by you giving it to them. Take it back. You're worthy of love. You're deserving of the type of love, support, compassion, authenticity, reciprocation, loyalty that you give to others. You deserve that as well. And keep in mind, guys, love is not enough. You may love these people, and I get it. It's hard, especially when you spent years together, decades for some of you. But, you got to love yourself more, baby. Because right now, more than ever, you guys, I'm noticing more and more darkness coming out of people. And not everybody, but you get what I'm saying. The majority of people I'm seeing, even like I said before earlier in the beginning, you guys, with these people on YouTube, that's partially why I haven't been coming on here. because I've been trying to figure out how the hell to deal with it. I don't want to, I know not to confront, right? Because you don't want to argue with a fool, and you certainly don't want to take the bait, right? But you also don't want to be a pushover or to not say anything at all, right? But at the same time, it's like spiritual advisors, even people that have these huge platforms. It's like, well, huge followings on this platform. I mean, can't talk tonight, but you get what I'm saying, right? These people are tearing each other down. And it happens every day, not just on here with content creators, social media, family. I mean, we got to be careful in who we're listening to, man. We got to be careful in who we're investing in, dude. I mean, some of these people that I used to watch, I mean, they don't practice what they preach at all. But then they have the nerve to, talk about my beliefs or to talk, or whatever the case may be, talk about what's wrong with somebody else. When really they need to be minding their own damn business and staying in their own lane. But this is what I'm saying. And so I'm even seeing just YouTube as a whole. How many of you guys have heard the fact that now YouTube itself, okay, is taking from smaller creators? They're abusing their authority. They're abusing their power. They are, I mean, this is getting out of hand, right? If nobody says anything, nothing gets done. If and the thing about that is it's look at this shit, you guys. What kind of spiritual advisor, what kind of CEO running a platform, what kind of whatever, what kind of person would involve themselves in tearing down other people just to build themselves up? And you guys already know cluster B personality disorder people do that. All right. Narcissistic people. You guys get the point. But just look at that. People even in the Christian community, you guys, people in the church that I would watch has shown their behind. To my surprise. So keep that in mind, you guys. Pay attention to your intuition. Stop ignoring it. And that's the biggest kicker right there. That's the kicker right there, you guys. The biggest part, or rather, should I say the core of taking your power back, is essentially using discernment, i.e., intuition. Trusting yourself, trusting your inner voice, your gut. Trusting the fact that you have sound judgment, sound mind, to be able to determine what's best for you without anyone else's input. A lot of you are doubting yourself because other people have doubted you. But it was deliberate. And you're allowing it. So, I don't want to get too long-winded, but I wanted to come on here and share that with you guys. You know, there was a situation, even within, my relationships, where I'm seeing this theme, you guys. I'm seeing a lot more people dropping, people are dropping off from their lives, I've had people steal from me. People, I mean, guys, you're not a victim. You're not weak. You're not crazy. And you're not alone. But stop giving your power away, you guys. I just have to say that once more. Stop giving your power away. Take it back. Love yourself. Especially during the holidays, you guys. Before I wrap this up, y'all already know there, as Quinn from ASSC Direct says, they're out here narcing, right? And shout out to him. How many of you guys watch that channel? I absolutely love that guy. Love the way he breaks it down. I like the humor. He's very empowering. But at the end of the day, they still out here narking. Don't fall for the Hoover. Don't fall for the hey, I miss you. Don't fall for the sob story. Oh, me and my girl broke up. Oh, me and my dude broke up. Oh, this happened to me. Or all the O's. You can't save anybody, empaths. The only person that you can save is yourself. And I almost forgot that last part right there. I know why you do it. And that's good. You have a big heart, you guys. But it's time to accept that fact. You can't save them, no matter how badly you want to. No matter how many times you try to build them up with the things you say, trying to give them support. If they are not willing to do it themselves, then it will never happen. They will never change. Now, especially when it comes to narcissists, we already know the prefrontal cortex is underdeveloped, and there's no changing that. But the bottom line is, regardless of if it's a narcissist, this, that, the third bird is the word, the only person you can save is yourself. And some of us have to remember, empaths, we may not realize it sometimes, but while we're trying to save someone else rather than saving ourselves, we may be interfering in not only their karma, and not only are we blocking our own blessings, but some of us are enabling toxic people and their toxic habits. And some of us have been hindering the growth of these toxic people, if it's even possible for these toxic people, right? We're hindering their growth by giving them the answer, by trying to help them. But we all know there's no better teacher than experience. And the only way for someone to truly learn their lesson and to truly understand their journey and why things are happening the way they are and blah, 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 they have to do the work. There's nothing wrong with being helpful, but some of us are loyal and helpful and stubborn to a fault, you guys. Let them fall on their face and take your power back. Now, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Guys, stay strong. Take some time to get some rest. There's definitely a lot of spiritual activity going on. Spiritual warfare is definitely intensifying, to say the least. And so just stay prayed up, you guys. Maintain your sanity and your peace at all costs. And most of all, don't let these people get away with bloody murder. All right. Now, as for Thanksgiving, you guys, I wanted to go on, but I'm not sure due to plans changing on my end. I may or may not be on, but I just want to let you guys know that I want to give you guys a heads up in regards to the tarot courses that I will be starting in March. Now, to those of you that have already booked with me ahead of time, I know I let you guys know January or to be determined if things changed. So here's your memo that yes, it will be in March. So it will give everybody some time to join the courses. For those that are interested, you guys can check the description box, go to the Etsy site, and make your purchase there. And I also wanted to let you guys know for Christmas, okay, I was going to do a giveaway for Thanksgiving, but for Christmas, I want to do a giveaway for my members, okay? And this is going to be a members only thing, right? So those of you that are already members, shout out to y'all. But yeah, you guys become a member today if you'd like to be a part of the giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a lot of badass stuff. Some of you guys have been asking about how to cleanse your energy, what crystals to use, and all of that. And so definitely wanted to incorporate that as well. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be doing a Christmas stream for you guys. Like I said before, I'm going to take my time with this channel. And I also wanted to say, there's something else I wanted to tell you guys. It slipped in my mind. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, and I also wanted to let you guys know, for those of you that have booked spells, readings, all of that, guys, keep in mind, when I sent you guys your links, please do be sure to check Etsy, check your email, because some of you guys have said that you haven't received it, but then, you ended up finding it again. So just try to, if you need to reach out to me and contact me if things get lost, just all my contact is below, you guys. And to those of you that are wanting to book a reading as well, as a side note before I forget that, please keep in mind the Etsy shop has just been put up not that long ago, so you guys can go check that out and see for future reference if you want to book with me in the future. All right. Excuse me, you guys. So, with that being said, while I'm dying on the end of this damn stream, I wanted to talk about my experience with Christ, with Hinduism, and all of these different things, after I took psychedelics and stuff like that. So guys, tune in. I want to come in next weekend, if not during the week. And I want to talk to you guys about that because there are a lot of spiritual advisors on on here, and religious, pastors, stuff like that, preachers that, I don't know, they seem very divisive. So I want to share this with you guys because it really is a beautiful story, because it's something that unites us rather than divides us. And we have enough of that going on politically, socially, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, you guys, stay tuned. And until next time, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.